Hey y'all, thanks for checking out my video. I am Shay Cherie, and today I am showing you how I make this 5-piece set of lock jewelry. Two of the pieces are duplicates of each other, so I'm going to show you how to make one of each piece. I'll walk you through the materials and we'll get started. If you're making the full set, you'll need 5 pieces of wire. I'm using 20 gauge wire. 3 pieces will need to be 20 inches long, and then you'll need 2 pieces that are 6 inches long. For beads, I'm using 13 purple 4mm round beads, 10 brass 4mm spacer beads, 2 gold interlock spacer beads, and 3 8mm round beads. Also, we'll be using 2 headpins. We're going to start with the smallest piece, which is an 8mm bead charm and a coil. You'll need your 6-inch piece of wire, gold headpin, 2 gold spacer beads, 8mm round bead, and something cylindrical to wrap your wire around. I'm starting with the bead charm, so I'm taking the gold headpin and feeding on a spacer bead, the 8mm bead, and the other spacer bead. Fold over the excess wire and trim it down with enough room left to make your loop. Next, we'll make the coil with the 6-inch piece of wire. Make a loop at one end. Hold the loop to whatever tool you're using to wrap your wire around. Wrap the wire tightly until you have about 1.5 to 2 inches left, depending on how large you want your spiral to be. Take your round nose pliers and curl the wire on itself to make your spiral. Once I get to a certain point, I switch to my curved chain nose pliers to help me roll the spiral a little bit better. Twist your wire and make any adjustments you need so that you can have it lined up the way you want it. Open the loop at the bottom of your coil and add your bead charm. Be sure to close both loops tightly. This is the second formation that I'm going to show you. You'll need the 20-inch piece of wire, your purple beads, your gold spacer beads, and your wrapping tool. Start this the same as the last piece by making a loop at one end of the wire. Hold the loop pressed tightly to your tool and do one full wrap. Adjust the positioning of the loop as needed. Remember, this is going to be hanging on the hair, so you want the loop facing straight down. Go back to holding your loop in place. For the top wire, where the loop turns down, you'll put your pliers just to the left of that and turn the top wire back to the right. Feed on a purple bead, and then you'll shimmy the piece to the top. Moving it to the top will help the bead sit as flush with that curve as possible so that there's not a lot of excess space for it to move. At the top, do your best to hold the purple bead in place and twist the wire back to the left. It might be a little bit difficult at the beginning because there's not much wire to hold onto yet, but do your best. Here's how it looks so far. Our wire is now going back in the same direction of our wrap, so we're going to slide that back down and then hold the wire and the bead in place, and you're going to do one full wrap and then a half wrap. Take note of where the wire is bent on the lower bead, then place your pliers just to the left of that on the top wire and bend the wire back to the right. This time we're going to feed on a gold spacer bead and then repeat the same process. Move your piece to the top so you can hold that gold bead flush against the first curve that you made, and then hold that gold bead and wire in place and twist the wire back to the left in the direction of our wrap. Slide the piece back down and do your next set of wraps. Also, you want to be twisting and adjusting your piece as you go along. You want to make sure your beads are lined up straight. Continue these same steps until you reach the last bead you want to add. I've added my last bead, and to finish this piece, we're going to do a tight coil around, again to within 1.5 to 2 inches so you can do the spiral coil. I'm making my final adjustments, and I'm actually still not happy with the way the loop at the bottom is sitting. So what I'm going to do is turn this piece around on my hook and then reshape that loop the way I want it to be. Okay, that is much better. Our second piece is now complete. This is the third and final formation I will be showing you. I will be using another piece of 20-inch wire. You'll need the 8mm bead, the gold interlocking beads, and the purple 4mm beads. All right, you know the drill. Start off your piece of wire with a loop. Hold your loop in place, do 3 tightly coiled wraps, full wraps, and then do another half wrap to bring your wire back around. Slide your wire to the top, and we're going to be adding beads in the same manner that we did before. This time it's just all of the purple beads. So you're going to slide the wire to the top, curve the wire back to the right, add your bead, curve the wire back to the left, and continue with your wrap. The difference with this pattern is that the wraps are 3 full tight wraps in between. I've added 2 purple 4mm beads so far, and in the next edition I'm going to extend the bead pattern. So it's going to be a 4mm, a gold interlock, an 8mm, a gold interlock, and a 4mm. You'll want to straighten these beads up as much as possible before you continue your wrap. It'll be the same concept of sliding the piece to the top of your hook or whatever you're using, and then you're going to bend the wire to the left to continue your wrap. I'm going to add 1 more purple 4mm bead, and then we will finish out the piece with a coil and a spiral. And that is all 3 patterns demonstrated. You can leave this as a 3-piece set. You can duplicate the 2 and have a 5-piece set. As I mentioned before, you can add charms to the bottom if you'd like. Make this set your own. Thanks for checking out my video. Give it a like and leave a comment below if you have one. Please subscribe for more creative videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.